Yo, what's up everyone? Today's focus is going to be on something I've been experimenting with for the past week, the Featherweight artifact with bow. This whole time I've been playing with tumblers, as you guys know, and I do love them still, but I've been convinced that Featherweight is just better in a few different ways. And I don't want to be stubborn with my knowledge. I'd prefer to own up and say, you know what? I was wrong. So I'm going to show some clips from the Coral Divide weekend where I'm trying out Featherweight. Then after, I will go through what I'm currently using, what changes I might make in the future, and why I have/want to make those changes. I will also have chapters in the description and timeline if you want to skip some of the video and just get to the information that you want to get to. So yeah, but anyway, on with the video. Oh, I got him. And the other fire star. The guy ran through the whole fucking point to get to me. Yeah. All good. I'm just concentrating. Oh. Oh, go on, keep peeking. Yes! I found a challenger. Let's go. He's called Dog and he ran away. Hello. Yeah. Oh, hello again. And he's gone. Alright, so let's move on to the gear part of the video. So what I really liked about tumblers was of course being able to stack 5 shirking heals with shirking blessing for maximum heals and a bonus fortify and empower. That sounds really good to me. My understanding was that since I'm usually more close range than a lot of bows because I like to outplay with dodges and read my opponent's moves, etc., that tumblers would be BIS since the uptime of shirking blessing buffs was going to be quite high. However, with the empower cap being 50%, I won't be able to fully take advantage of the extra empower from tumblers, even more so if I have rune glasses with full plus 2%, so like plus 10% total if you have 5 void/lightning damage, as that also counts towards empower, like honing stone, mastery tree bonuses, perks, etc. And the fortify doesn't come close to the added armor of featherweight, which is about 35%. Another reason I like tumblers was that I could easily make the exact build that I, well, not easily, but easier than making like 3 perk abyss crafts with items from the PvP track and then upgrading them with my personal taste. With weapon perks, e.g. slowing tether for VG, pen rapid shot, energizing evade shot. When I was using finisher, omni evade on the helmet because disdained is BIS on finisher, but in PvP I don't really think it is. I think it would be omni evade for my playstyle, but like I don't want to do all of that. And have full shirking heals and refreshing to maximize ability usage. But I have since experimented with 1 times less refreshing, and you really cannot tell the difference. It's going to be like 1/3 of a second to like 1/2 of a second faster on your abilities with just like 1 stack of refreshing. So maybe like 1.5, 2 seconds maximum if you have 4 times refreshing. It's just not worth it. I'm gonna stay with my 3 times though. I have watched back clips to see if it would save me in certain situations, but to be honest, it just doesn't. What does save me is the extra armor I get from featherweight and the additional protection perk like elemental aversion, enchanted ward. Problem is, the best non-3 perker craft I could make to fit this build was Frigid Dawn. That's why I haven't done this in the past. Even though Frigid Dawn is really strong, enchanted ward, Ellie aversion, and then I'd put shirking heals on it, I thought, you know, having like 2 refreshing or 1 refreshing or something like that would not work well with my build. Little did I know, it doesn't really matter that much. But what does matter is the weapon perks like pen rapid shot and energizing evade shot. I feel like these 2 weapon perks are must-haves for my playstyle, and that's why I just didn't go down this route before. I sort of, where I have made BIS crafts, it's where I have got like my tumblers set up with named items from the PvP track, and then maybe decided I want like 1 perk difference or something, and I sort of never really considered, oh, I could go back, use featherweight, and then make BIS for that instead. Never really questioned it, I guess, because I thought tumblers was so good. So anyway, moving on. Since I've changed all of this stuff, and it is not often that I'm using Life Taker anymore, it makes sense to swap over to Boltcaster, and because before I wanted to have pieces that were interchangeable with different builds, just to not spend so much money and like have gear that I can use in more than just one build. But I think I should go all in on this, to be honest. But using Boltcaster also allows me to use my 3-perk BIS craft Rapier, which I stole from Froxen. Absolute legend, check him out. My build is actually very similar to his, but the Rapier is super nice. All 3 perks are great, obviously, but I'll explain why. Refreshing move is a lifesaver, especially with the Rapier. Like I'm able to be aggressive and get my cooldowns back. Especially with the attack speed of Rapier, it's what makes refreshing move so good. You can get your cooldowns back so much faster than without the perk. Omni Evade also is a given if I'm being aggressive with my Rapier, and use Evade. And lastly, Shirking Lightning for extra damage. Now, since I am maining Boltcaster now, instead of the sighted rune glasses, which is plus 1% ranged damage per rune glass, doesn't count as empower, so that I could use it with multiple builds, it actually makes most sense to go for all 2% lightning damage rune glasses, so 10% in total, especially since I don't have as much empower because I'm not using tumblers anymore. This brings up my baseline empower and will improve my bow damage from 5%, you know, extra damage from the sighted, to 9.9 because Boltcaster is like 99% lightning damage, and also improve my Rapier damage because that's split with lightning, and Boltcaster's passive gives it more lightning damage, and then the rune glasses will give it even more damage on basic attacks, and then that will also boost the Shirking Lightning damage. So this is kind of making the most sense to me. As for Boltcaster itself, I've tried 3 different perks. Plagued crits first, because I hate heals. Then I tried penetrating the empower because I thought it was bugged and I thought it would count armor penetration for each instance of empower. So say you've got your honing stone and then you've got like your archer roll, that's 2. And then say you had your tumbler roll, that's 3, but it doesn't work like that. So instead it's more like a B or A tier perk. And then most recently I have Keenly Jagged on it. The reason for me choosing Keenly Jagged is sort of selfish. Since the potion nerfs, my other build with more dots was getting me more kills, especially with like the rune glass, which gives like 2 seconds of dot. That was getting me a lot of kills. Can't do that on Boltcaster though. But the Keenly Jagged for a dot is nice. But the Boltcaster single target damage is better, and those are the fights that I'm taking more often. But Keenly Jagged, like securing a kill when they run around the corner or something, is just so good with this potion nerf that I'm just going to use Keenly Jagged. Maybe it makes more sense to use Plagued crits, but I'm just going to go for Keenly Jagged. And if it doesn't kill them as they run around the corner, it will at least add a bit more pressure because I'm doing a bit more damage overall. And I will show my build as well. So helmets. Energizing Evade Shot, Enchanted Ward, Shirking Heals. Featherweight with Shirking Heals on it. My Gorgonite hand covers that I've been using for ages with Hasted Vigor, Shirking Heals, and Refreshing. My legs. Shirking Heals, Shirking Energy, Refreshing. I bought these for 33,000 gold on the trading post. Banging. Don't forget to check the trading post. Gorgonite Sabatons, Elemental Aversion, Shirking Heals, Pen Rapid Shot. Super important perk. Boltcaster, put Keenly Jagged. Gorgonite Rapier, Shirking Lightning, Refreshing Move, Omnidirectional Evade, and then Lightning Damage, Rune Glass. Stone Form, Ankh with Stamina Recovery, however maybe Thrust Protection might be better. I could try that, I just don't want to spend the money just to like try it. But I might try Champion's Amulet, which is like Shirking Empower, Thrust, Protection and Health. I could try that, just instead of Ankh, and see what I think. Champion's Ring with Lightning Damage, awesome, but I'm working on crafting a BIS 725 ring, which is lightning damage, healing breeze, and hearty, because I prefer healing breeze, trying to stay alive. And I was testing this to see if the extra refreshing would save my life. It doesn't, so instead I'll be sticking with the life loop, which is healthy toast, refreshing toast, regenerating. I think the refreshing toast is going to save my life more often than refreshing or getting a kill, you know, stopping them from killing me or whatever. My attributes, 50 focus, 200 con when I use buff food, and then the rest in dex. My protection is mainly fire damage. I might change this. I'm not sure if I want to be going opals anymore. I might go more onyx and then like 3 rubies or something. Because there's not really any other element apart from void that's like doing lots of damage to me. Maybe ice, because a lot of fire mages are splitting into ice damage, but I would rather just like resist the fire part of it rather than like 2.5% per or 2% with rune glasses with the opal. Like fire is my main problem, and then melee, that's like it. So I don't really think it makes much sense to go opals. These are sighted at the moment though. The ranged attacks deal 1% damage, but like I was saying, I'll probably switch to lightning. And my mastery tree: bow, evade shot, rapid shot, explosive, and for the rapier we're going flourish and finish, flesh, and evade, and that's what I'm using. So yeah, I really think that is everything. I also forgot to go over like the void bow that I'm using in those clips. So I made another bow. This is what I would have been using. So I put attunement on the bow, and then I have pen rapid here, and then finisher still the same. I probably would put omni evade on this if I was going to keep using it exclusively for PvP. And someone asked me a question. Finisher harmony: attacks against bleeding targets deal 15% more damage and reduce flourishes cooldown by 5%. One second cooldown works on both weapons. Now, from the way this is worded, it sounds like you do more damage with both weapons against bleeding targets, but I'm not entirely sure. It might just be reducing flourishes cooldown. I need to test this. Fuck it, I'm testing it. Okay, let's test it. It's bleeding. Heavy attacks. 3933, 3933, 3933, 3933, 3933, 3933. Okay. Pretty consistent. Now we wait and we swap out finisher for hoplite rapier and see if it makes a difference. Yes. It makes a difference. There you go. So yeah, I hope this was helpful, and yeah, I'm enjoying this quite a lot. I'm going to be posting some more clips. Let me know what you think down below. Appreciate you watching, and yeah, have fun out there with Boltcaster or whatever weapon you choose. In a bit. Bye bye.